What's good, everybody? Welcome to episode 2. So, in my last story, I left off me in Lake Orion and I had just started using needles. Um, Fast forward a little bit, and I reconciled with my mom and I moved back home. My brother stayed out in Lake Orion, and I got a job, I got my car back, and that was probably not a good thing because I would take my cousin's house, and I'd be going and getting high every weekend. So I wasn't using every day, but I was using every weekend. And then I met a girl, and I started really digging her. We got into a serious relationship, and it was like my very first, like, super serious relationship I've ever been in. Uh, she was a great girl. She was amazing. And I violated her trust in every single way possible. Uh, anyway, I moved in with her, and I hid my addiction from her, right? Because then by this time, I am going out as often as I can, getting high, whatever. And I was living with her at her mom's house. Well, she was a good girl. And when I mean good girl, I mean like she didn't even smoke weed. Alright? I was not planning on getting sober. So I did a down and dirty fucking thing. And I went out and got high one day. And it was at a motel. It was with a guy that I knew that could get dope and shit. So, uh, anyway, I met up with this guy and he took me to this hotel room. At this hotel room was a girl. I thought she was cute, you know, but she used. And in my mind at that time, I'm like, damn, I'm with a girl that doesn't do nothing, and this girl can get money, and she does dope. So, yup, you guessed it. I cheated on her with this girl, and like a week later, I broke up with my girlfriend and got with this girl, and we started going out every day, getting money, getting dope, doing everything, fucking getting high all day long. It wasn't until I broke up with this girl a while later that I realized what she was doing to get money. I think it was more so like I just didn't care what the fuck or how the fuck the money came about. I just wanted the money. And I knew I was getting free dope out of it. All I had to do was drive. This girl was doing all of the work, literally. Um, I'm not gonna get into what she was doing, but I'm pretty sure you guys are smart enough to figure it out. It's not selling drugs. I tell you that. We were doing the drugs, not selling them. Couldn't sell them worth shit. uh, sure as fuck could do them though. But yeah, so I think that's what it was. Is I just hid it from my head and like kind of pushed it away. You know, it wasn't until I went to a house in Pontiac and this guy came up to me and was like, "Hey, how much are you gonna charge me to have 30 minutes with your girl?" And I was fucking high as shit at the time, and he gave me a ball of crack and some dope on top of it. And I don't know. I was so fucked up. I didn't really fully understand. I just saw drugs and was like, give them to me. So I got the drugs, and she went in this back room with this motherfucker. Well, like 20 minutes later, I was ready to go because I was fucking cracked out, high as fuck, and I was not feeling comfortable in my own skin at this place. So I was like, man, where the fuck my bitch at? I went back to the back room, slammed down the door. I was like, you got 5 minutes. And if you ain't out in that car in 5 minutes, I'm leaving without you. And that's what it is. Well, I got out to the car, and 5 minutes went by, and I started driving off. And I looked over as I'm pulling off, and I see her running up to my car. So I stopped. She hopped in. She was like, you were really going to leave me? Yeah, fuck yeah, I was. I was about to leave you high and dry. You would have figured it out, bitch. You know what you was doing, so it is what it is. But, that relationship didn't last very long, but I do have a few good stories to tell you. Not good, but you know what I mean. Of my time with this girl. She was very toxic at the time. She herself has turned her life around, actually. She is doing amazing things with her life. She is, like, I think she runs her own salon now, and she's been sober for a long time. Longer than me, actually. Which I'm happy for her, you know? Shit, it's fucking great. It's great when I can see someone that I used to do shit with every fucking day, and they was down in the gutter, and they pulled themselves up out of it, and fucking moved on with their life. I love seeing that shit, for real. That's fucking amazing. But after I broke up with that girl, things didn't get better. But, you know, it is what it is. And then I got back with that good girl, and I started on Suboxone. That was the first time that I ever, like, tried to get sober completely. And I was sober for, I think, 90 days before I fell off the wagon again. And that's going to conclude this story. Stay up, y'all. You know, you guys can do it. I know if I can, you can. You just got to find your reason. And I love every single one of you. I hope you guys have a great night. And for those of you guys that are still in active addiction, I hope you can take these stories and use them as an inspiration to find your reason to get sober. I really do. Much love.